Let's begin with the basic principles. What would be your definition of innovation?
Well, I think that's a really easy one for me because we really focus on ideas that can be put into action. And so that's something that we try and build on. And we try and create a culture where people are really comfortable questioning the status quo, taking risks, but risks that are informed. I think a lot of people think that innovation is solely creativity without the analysis piece that goes first. So we also really focus on training our students and training ourselves to do the analysis piece, to realize the opportunities and then act on them.
How does one apply innovation in an arena of learning, a leading business school?
Well, I think that's the most important arena. And when you think back, or you think back into history, business education, university education hasn't changed since the Middle Ages. So any area that needs innovation right now, it's education. And we really focus not on teaching, but on learning, which means, again, because teaching is professor-focused, learning is student-focused. And with business changing so dramatically today, we're really trying to change what we do in the classroom because students can download information in a second. So the model of talking heads, professors that lecture, is just no longer viable. That's the death of any business school. So we're really trying to get our students to think about complex problems, gather information, be partners in that creation of education, and doing things that really help them to solve problems and be lifelong learners.
If you could identify the key features that distinguish Dalhousie University and your business school, what would they be?
I think there's a number of things that really distinguishes us in terms of our features and our values. So the first thing, as we've discussed, is that we are a values-led management faculty, and we translate values through the acronym IDEAS. So I for integrity, D for diversity, which we really mean inclusiveness, really listening to the other's voice, not just ethnic diversity. E is for excellence, A is for action, S is for sustainability. But in addition to that, we are 4 schools housed together. So it's a large business school, but also a school of public administration, a school for resource and environmental studies, and a school for information management. And we teach together, so it allows our students to be exposed to many different multifunctional perspectives that really, again, help them and equip them to handle really complex, diverse problems. It helps them to just serve a diverse set of stakeholders, and again, I think it makes us a really different place to be. And then the final thing is that we work very closely with practitioners, whether they're from the not-for-profit sector, the government sector, or the business sector. We really ask them the questions, what kind of graduates are you looking to work with, and are you looking to put into your talent pipeline? And we really act, again, on that information. So as one of our business partners said, it's a real delight. We've sat on lots of focus groups, given lots of universities advice, but you actually take the advice and you try to incorporate it into your programs. So we think that's really important. So we focus on not only the hard quantitative skills of business, but also on the softer people management skills. And we think that makes our graduates very different people.
So the big question for any business school, how do you strike a balance between theory and practice?
Well, I think it's really easy because, again, we see them as being intertwined. We don't see it's a balance, but we see the two as coming together. And a lot of people that question the use of theory, I think, don't really understand what theory is all about, because theory is seen as something that's irrelevant, something that's that ivory tower. But I think what makes, if you really understand theory, it's models. So a manager can really understand different factors and different variables to consider when solving a problem. That it is that advanced foundation that people have already studied and put ideas together. And it's also asking the questions, what's not there, which I think a lot of students and a lot of professors forget to ask.
In addition to being innovative, you're also focused on leadership and sustainability. How do you integrate those into your work?
Well, we believe that a different form of leadership is needed for business today. And we call it, what we're trying to create amongst our students, syncretic stewards. Because we think business is facing problems much broader than they ever had before. It's highly global, change is really rapid, there's lots of ambiguity, technology is ruling the day. And with the issue of sustainability, with resources running out, renewable and non-renewable resources, then we really have to tie sustainability into that. So with the syncretic steward, syncretic because we tie together diverse values, diverse perspectives, and stewardship so that we really build and husband those resources and think of innovative ways of doing things differently so we don't utilize so many resources.
So to summarize, you seem to be working on developing a different attitude towards the responsibilities of business and business leaders.
Yes, I think that's very true, and as a dean, what really gives me comfort is that we work very closely with our employer partners. So I think that's another thing that makes Dalhousie very different, is we integrate the employer right into what we do, into the design of our program and the design of our courses. And we're getting feedback from those employers saying that Dalhousie students really are different. They recognize that they can handle the ambiguity, they recognize that they've got the character to do the right thing, they recognize that they're really there to learn, they're not there to command, they're there to empower others. So that really pleases me because our model's really bearing fruit and showing great results to our students.
Peggy Cunningham, thank you very much.